Is it recording now? That's fine. So today we're going to do our third lesson of this 4-part project. The first lesson we described how to read an inequality. The second lesson, and the first lesson also on how to read it, we also described the type of line, right? Yeah. So it could be a shaded line versus a dashed line, right? Yes. And then secondly, the second lesson, we did that shade up or shade down?
Shade both.
Yeah. So today we're going to work with something such as when y is not solved for, right?
Yeah.
So right now we've been given everything, which is y is solved for, like yx plus 1, right? We already know the slope is x and the y-intercept is 1, right? Rise over 1, 1, 1. Yeah. So this is easy. We can do this. But what if you get something such as 2y is less than or equal to 6x plus 8? Is my right now, if you really look at it without thinking about 2y, what's my slope right now?
Your slope would be 6 over 1, and your y-intercept would be
8. 8, right? But that's not right, because we need to
get y by itself.
Exactly. And how would you get y by itself? You have a 2y now.
You have to divide 2 on all the sides.
Good. So let's do that. Divide by 2 on both sides.
First we cancel out, leaving y by itself. Otherwise, 6x divided by 2, which equals 3x. And 8 divided by 2 equals 4. And you have y is less than 3x plus 4.
Good. Alright. So that's simple. We gotta get y by itself, right? What if you have something such as this? You'll have 6x plus 3y is greater than or equal to negative 9, right? Now you have a 6x plus 3y less than or equal to negative 9, greater than or equal to negative 9. Is my slope 6 here?
No.
Is my y-intercept 9, negative 9?
No.
Why?
Because there's 3 next to y, you want y by itself.
Exactly, there's a 3 next to y, you want y by itself. So what's the first step in getting y by itself here?
Same as before, you have to divide 3 by all sides.
So divide everything by 3. Good. And what does that become?
2x plus y is greater than or equal to 3.
Negative 3. Have you solved for y?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What about the 2x plus y? You're supposed to get just y, right? So so that's an error that's common, but we have to minimize that. So how do we get y by itself now?
We subtract y on both sides.
Not y, 2x, because then y is by itself already, right?
Yeah.
If we subtract 2x on both sides, and then we're just left with y.
Minus 2, let's cancel out. And minus 2x. So now we have y is greater than or equal to negative 3 minus 2x.
So what's my slope here?
Your slope is negative 2x, and your y-intercept is negative 3.
Good, right? And then we plot this. So let's do one more. Let's say you have 5x plus 5y is greater than or equal to 10. You have 5x plus 5y is greater than or equal to 10. Is my slope 5?
No.
Is my y-intercept 10?
No.
So how can I get what I need to get, which is the y by itself? How do I do that?
You divide 5 on both sides.
Okay.
And you get x plus y is greater than or equal to 2.
Have you solved for y?
No, you have not yet, because you need y by itself.
And what's like next to the y right now?
X plus.
Alright, so let's get rid of that x. How do we get rid of a positive x?
You subtract
Got it.
on the other side. And now you have y is greater than and equal to 2 minus x.
Good, perfect. Cross that out. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, so let me give you one more example, which is going to be a little bit more difficult on the sheet, please. So, the problem that arises with students is pretty much the same concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have 6x minus 2y is greater than or equal to, let's say 14. Alright?
Yeah.
Now, so you have 6x minus 2y is greater than or equal to 14. Is my slope 6?
No.
Is my y-intercept 14?
No.
How do I get the y by itself, right? And you just solved one, so solve this. How do you get y by itself?
That divide on all sides again.
Good. And what do we divide by?
-2.
-2. Alright, so is this plus, a negative divided by a negative is positive, and a positive divided by a negative is negative, so fix those up. Okay, so one thing over here is, you see how you have the inequality facing the same way as it was here?
Yeah.
Now there's a golden rule, so first of all you have to get 3x together. So what I like doing is I actually like solving for y by getting rid of the x first. Do you see how you divide first?
Yeah.
I usually get rid of the x and then divide, which I think is a little bit more helpful. So that's the same way, right? So now you have solved this inequality, but this is actually not right. There's a golden rule here. In inequalities, when you divide or multiply an inequality by a negative, got it? By a negative,
Yeah.
you flip the inequality.
So we do the opposite.
Yeah, so this would actually become y is not greater than, but y is actually less than or equal to -3x minus 7. Got it? So I want you to hold on to this right in front of you and give me one more sheet and I'll give you one more problem. Alright. So let's say we have 4 plus, let's say you have 4 minus 4y is greater than or equal to -16. So 4 minus 4y is greater than or equal to -16. So what's the first thing you're going to do over here? -16x. How do you get y by itself here?
Divide 4 on all sides.
What do you get?
1 minus y is less than and equal to -4x.
Okay. What about the sign of the inequality? Because you just divided you divided everything by negative, so there's an error here. Okay? So let me repeat the error. You have 4 minus 4y is less than or equal to -16. The error is, first of all, get rid of the 4. Again, you divide everything first. Try to do the addition and subtraction first. Try to get rid of this first. Okay? So that becomes a lot easier when you when you do addition and subtraction. See how you divide first?
Yeah.
If I was you, I would take this first. Alright? Now, the second, that was not an error by the way, that was just a different method. The first error you committed is a -4y, and you're supposed to divide everything by -4, where you divided everything by
4.
+4, right? So you have to divide by everything by -4, alright? Negative divided by negative is a positive. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, right?
Yeah.
What about the sign of the inequality now?
You flip it.
Why?
Because if you're multiplying or dividing
By a negative.
by a negative, you flip the inequality.
Good. Good. Alright? So what I'm going to suggest is this 3-step method. Alright? First, isolate the y term. Right?
Yeah.
Second thing is solve for y. Third thing is flip the inequality if necessary. Right?
Yeah.
If necessary. So let me give you one more. Let's say you have 5 minus, let's say you have 15 minus 5y is less than or equal to 25x. How would you do that?
So I'd do everything by 5. We'll divide everything by 5.
Even before that, I told you to isolate the term, right?
Yeah.
So don't divide yet. Get rid of that 15.
Subtract 15 on both sides.
Good. No, they're not like terms. 25x and 15. They're not like terms, right?
Alright.
Good. Now what?
Now we divide
By what?
negative 5.
Good. Negative 5.
And don't forget, when you finish dividing, you have to flip the sign over.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Is it negative or positive 3?
Positive
Why?
is negative 5 times.
Negative times divided by negative is positive. Good. So, what do you think? It's not bad, right?
It's not. You just gotta keep moving it over to
Yeah,
another
exactly. You gotta keep basically rimming it in. What I think we should do right now is, since I did some, we did them together. I think you should try some problems by yourself, and then also plot them. Right? So same exact concept. Here you go. You can just do the work here if you want.
So let's start with number 5x minus 4y is less than or equal to negative 20. Okay, first we're gonna isolate the y term.
Okay.
Let's subtract 5 on both sides.
5x.
Yeah, 5x on both sides, and we get so the first part cancels out. This equals negative 4y is less than and equal to negative 5.
No, you're right. Negative 5x.
Negative 5x
Minus what?
minus 20.
Good. Now what?
Now we can start dividing.
Good.
Negative 4y, negative 4. So we're going to cancel out.
So you're writing negative 4y, you're just dividing by negative 4, not 4y.
Yeah, right.
So what does that become? Now what about the sign?
Oh, you flip the sign.
Exactly.
Flip the sign. It's for negative 5.
So you just write 5 over 4.
Right, because it's
Negative
reservoir
negative.
around.
Yeah. X. What's negative 20 divided by negative 4?
Negative 5.
Good. Positive 5. Because a negative divided by negative.
And now you can plot the points.
Okay.
You start on the y-axis.
Which is good.
And being that it's negative, you go down.
Exactly. Go down by 5, right?
Yeah.
And go across by how many?
4.
Good. No, other side. You never go that side, remember? You always go right. Good. Good. You can do it one more time. Good. Is it a solid or a dashed line?
It's a solid.
Perfect.
Because if it's greater or less than equal to, it is a solid line.
Perfect. Which way does it shade? Does the inequality say less than or equal to now?
Less than, so you
Now,
shade down.
now. You look here. Y is
Greater than, so you
greater
shade
than.
down.
Perfect. Because you flipped it. Yep. It's perfect. That is perfect. Alright, let's do number 2.
4x minus 3y is greater than and equal to negative 12.
Okay.
Isolate the y term first. So you subtract 4 on both sides.
Subtract 4x on both sides.
Cancels out. This becomes negative 3y is less than, greater than and equal to negative 4x minus 12.
Perfect.
Now you divide 3 on all sides.
Is it positive or negative 3? Negative 3. Good.
You get y is less than and equal to negative 4 over 3x minus 4.
So you keep making this error. A negative divided by negative is positive. It's plus 4.
And now you can graph it.
You start off at what?
4 on the y-axis. And you go down.
Okay.
Stay on the right side.
Perfect. Solid or dashed?
Solid.
Good. Shading up or down?
Since you flip the sign, it's less than.
Perfect. This is awesome, man. It's really good. These are heavy problems in the regions. I'm talking about 6-7 points each.
Seriously?
When you have to do all this stuff, it's a lot of stuff there. Alright, so let me shut this off.